Akuma, and I work here in the Reed admissions office as an intern. I'm going to be interviewing Wendell Britt, the unofficial head of Reed College, student, classmate of mine, and friend. So I guess I'll turn the camera on him and start asking him these questions. It's just to sort of get an idea of what it's like to interview at Reed, because I think we have a pretty unique system. Unlike a lot of schools, it's largely informal, which I think has a lot of benefits. But on to the interview. Can you tell us a bit about why you came to Reed, of all places?
So I came to Reed after I visited campus in November 2008. I did not want to go to liberal arts school at all. I wanted to go to a big state school, not in Kansas where I'm from, nowhere near Kansas where I'm from, and so the Northwest seemed kind of interesting, but I didn't really want to do the whole liberal arts thing because I felt that I was too invested in my extracurriculars to settle down here, which apparently has worked out for the best. But I did the Multicultural Scholars Fly-In program, which I think they call Rome now, and for lack of a better word, I just fell in love with the campus, the people. Reed was just this completely weird and amazing place. Back in Kansas, I was just like the weirdo for liking to read and know about stuff, and not just for the sake of getting a grade, but just for the sake of that I liked knowing about it. And so to come to a school where everyone was sort of like that was pretty awesome.
How do you think that you have changed as a person since coming to Reed?
Reed not only like showed me that like it was okay to like be interested in stuff, it really like pushed me in a way, in a very compelling way, because like in high school it was very much like, yeah, you get the grades because you get the good education, so you get the good job, and then life's good. Reed said you learn because learning is awesome, and in learning like you become like a better person. And I'm like, yeah, I can totally get behind that. And the de-emphasis on grades made me just infinitely more of a self-motivated person instead of doing as much work as I needed to do to just get some sort of arbitrary number and just kind of like show and be like, oh yeah, B, that sounds good, that's really great. I'd be more invested in like, well, what am I taking out of this? Like, I'm going to this class all this time, I'm having these discussions, but like, well, how is that like affecting like my life? My mom, God bless her heart, has noticed this probably more than me, in that, you know, she was always lamenting about like, my no good son, like what's he gonna do, his head's in the clouds. And more than anything, Reed has like really grounded me in like showing me like that there is like a direct connection between like your education and like your just growth as a human being, and that it isn't a sort of utilitarian thing that you can apply to, you know, future aspirations.
If you could have a dinner party with 4 guests from anywhere in history, alive or dead, literary figures, people in your real life, who would you choose? And what would you serve?
I would definitely have Obi-Wan Kenobi. I would have Gandalf the Grey. I would also have Barack Obama and Isaiah Mustafa, aka Old Spice guy. For a starter, I would serve revenge, as it is a dish best served cold. But probably for the rest of the meal, we would have some sort of like Chinese fusion, like maybe enchiladas, gong pao jidian, which is kung pao chicken, but like the real stuff that you can get in Beijing, which is super great. Probably like 4 to 10 bottles of like some delicious beer, and we basically like, you know, talk over various sundry things. I would try to glean as much awesomeness from those people as humanly possible. I read this one blog post once upon a time that actually like suggested doing this various exercise where you like set up, let's say they allowed you to have like 10 people, but you like set up like your inner council, and like, you put anyone you wanted on the council, and like you would like mentally sort of like ask those people for advice when you're in sorts. And so like I think those are all like pretty, at least for me, inspiring people that if like, you know, one day I looked up and just like was them, I'd be like, okay, I've done a pretty good job with myself.